if you find that your beautiful pink or ivory hydrangea is turning blue, then I have the solution for you to turn it back to its original colour, and you can do it cheaply and organically. So let's get into it. So the main reason your hydrangea is turning blue is literally down to soil pH, nothing else. It's nothing to do with the breed of the hydrangea or that you've been sold a dud by the garden centre. It is directly related to the pH of your soil. The more acidic your soil is, the more likely the hydrangea is to turn blue. Now, if you have an overall acidic soil, you can still treat the soil around the hydrangea to turn it back to its original colour. And the way we would do that is to restore the alkaline pH of the soil. Now, you can use a soil testing kit if you want to determine the strength of the acidity in your soil, and obviously to measure if it's going back to alkaline when you start to treat it. But really, the blooms will tell you the story without a soil testing kit. So if they are blue, you know your soil is too acid. And the way we treat that organically and cost effectively is by using wood ash. Now, in the winter, you're more likely to have access to wood ash. Even if you don't have your own log burner or open fire, you'll likely know somebody who does, and you can collect the wood ash from them. There are two things you need to bear in mind with the wood ash. It needs to be from clean, untreated wood. You don't want to be using treated wood that's going to have harmful chemicals in it that's going to go on your garden soil. Now, if you really don't have a log burner or access to one, you can still use an open fire pit and just burn your own logs in that, as long as I said they're not treated with any chemicals. And you can just buy some logs, you know, from your local DIY store or whatever, and just burn them up, and then you can save the ash and sort of use it throughout the year to keep the pH of your soil more alkaline around the base of your hydrangea. So the one way you can use the ash is to obviously use it directly on the soil, and if you do have a log burner, you're going to have lots of ash through the winter when you're using that log fire, and so you can just apply it whenever you like. Whenever you want to just tip the grate out, put it over your hydrangea, just sprinkle it around the soil, and then the nature will water it in and all the rest of it. Now, if you have limited access and you say you have a fire pit and you don't really have it on in the winter because it's out in the garden, then you can save the ash and you can actually make a treatment from the ash, which will go further. So we will mix the wood ash with rainwater or distilled water to create a solution that we can water the base of the hydrangea with. And then we can use this wood ash solution throughout the summer when we don't have access to the ash from the grate. So what is the solution? Okay, so we use the wood ash, we'll collect the wood ash, sieve it out because we don't want the charcoal or any lumps like that. We just want the pure wood ash. And to make the wood ash go far enough, what we'll use is 1 cup of wood ash per 5 litres of water, or 1.5 gallons or 1.3 gallons of water, depending on your unit of measurement. You mix the wood ash obviously into the water, and then you stir it and you let it steep for 24 to 48 hours. If you want, you can strain the tea if you want afterwards, but I wouldn't bother. Then you can test the pH of the water if you want to see how strong it is. If you want, you can use a pH strip to test the pH of your tea before you use it. You can just buy these online on Amazon. They're almost like urine testing strips. They're very easy to come by. They're very cheap. If you really want to test it, you can. But a wood ash tea would typically have a pH of around 9 to 11, which is very alkaline, which is just great for your hydrangea to turn it back to its original colour. Okay, so how would you use it to make it go far enough to use throughout the summer? Well, you would dilute this tea that you've now made. So you'll dilute the tea with an equal part water, equal part tea, and then you just apply directly to the roots. Don't apply to the leaves, don't water the leaves, just apply directly around the base of the plant. And you want to avoid getting it on any acid-loving plants. So this is not really going to be ideal if, say, for instance, you have a gooseberry, a blueberry, or a rhododendron growing near your hydrangea that's turned blue. Then you need to be very careful that you don't kill them, because a very alkaline treatment will in fact kill an azalea, a rhododendron, blueberry, gooseberry. How do I know that? You guessed it. I've killed mine this way. So I thought I didn't consider the pH of my wood ash when I was treating my plants. What happened was I knew my roses thrived on wood ash. So I was using the wood ash to then treat other plants without considering the problems it was creating with the pH in the soil. And of course, my rhododendrons and my gooseberries and my blueberry hated it. And I've had that blueberry since I lived in Brighton, which was over almost 20 years ago, and I killed it with ash. So don't use it near acid loving plants. If your hydrangea is situated near acid loving plants, but you still want to turn the hydrangea back to its original alkaline colour, you will need to probably ideally move it, which you should do when it's dormant in winter. Then you would treat it like this sort of every week or so, give it a watering with your ash tea, and continually check the soil if you want. And by the next summer, you should start to see an improvement in the colour of your hydrangea flowers. And if you don't, if for some reason it didn't work, and I can't see how it wouldn't work, but if for some reason it didn't, because your soil is persistently acid, then you might want to consider digging your hydrangea up and putting it in a container where you can control the soil acidity and pH more effectively. So there you have it. That's how you'll turn your blue hydrangea back into the original colour hydrangea that you really wanted in your garden. Let me know if it works. Don't forget to give it time. You will need time for the hydrangea to sort of pivot back to the ideal colour that you were going for, and it may take more than a year. It may just gradually change back over the next couple of years. So do bear that in mind and just be patient. If you found this video helped, don't forget to subscribe and like and share with your friends, and I'll see you again in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.